Hello friends, hope you all are fine.
Hi everyone.
We all are super excited to welcome you all to ArtLit and Art and Literary Community.
Yes, and this is our first author and artist interaction which we have brought for you as part of our launch event.
Today we have with us author and artist Sharmista who will talk about visualization in art and poetry.
But before Hemanti introduces our today's guest, let me tell you that ArtLit is an art and literary community and a platform to bring stories of the storytellers, the artists, the writers, the art and literature enthusiasts. On this platform, we publish conversations and stories about people who have made significant contribution in the field of art and literature, no matter how big or small. We will bring you many such stories and personalities. Subscribe to our channel and follow us on our social handles to get all our future notifications. Don't forget to check our description box below to know more about us.
Sharmista is a poet and artist by profession. You can read her work in her book 21 Flowers, Kathak, a Bengali literary book, Secrets, and in various platforms, both nationally and internationally. She has exhibited her artworks in ICCR Gallery Gold and also in Birla Academy of Fine Arts and Culture, Kolkata. She has been writing from the school days and has been a house editor for her college journal. She has been published in print media too. Being an avid traveler, her work is mostly inspired by nature and human relationships, irrespective of gender and sex. Her writing delves into multidimensional facets of life, death, and beyond. She has been selected as one of the queer poets by KCC Kolkata Center of Creativity for their Pride Month celebration June 2022. With multiple projects in the pipeline, one of her poetry collections dedicated to the LGBTQIA is releasing in the Pride Month as a limited edition anthology with 10 selected authors. There is more to her than eyes meet.
So hope you will all enjoy this talk by our guest author and artist Sharmista De. So let's listen to her now.
Hello everyone, I'm Sharmista and today I'll be talking about visualization in poetry and art. Firstly, I would like to thank Akhila Mohan, who's a great author and a poetess herself. You can get to read her in her book Tamarind, and Hoy Multi. Even though it's a very short span of time, I have known these two lovely ladies. They are really unique, and this idea of creating this platform is actually a very encouraging place for new authors and budding poets, poetesses who actually do not get this scope for showcasing their work and to tell their thoughts, their work. So a big congratulations to both of them on this inauguration of ArtLit, a platform for all the people who want to share their creative interests. Well, I am a poetess and a painter, both I would say on the creative genre. And I personally believe that visualization is very important part of our daily life. Be it when we are talking to someone over the phone, maybe we are not able to see in today's world we have video calls, but then again we didn't have, then also we can actually understand what is the mood this person is in, or maybe tucking the hair behind the ear or giving a smile over a little conversation. So how do you know that, right? Because you can visualize these little snippets of memories or visions you have had before, and Those are all stored in your subconscious mind. So you can easily connect to those. And when these words, these moments, these times come, you can visualize and go back to that image, creating this image, right? If I talk about our Indian culture, because India is very rich with cultures, right? Be it any form of art or literature. So, say uh, painting, since I am into painting, or say creative work, artwork, crafting. So initially, we didn't had images of goddesses and gods, right? So somebody had this imagination, visualized that Ma Saraswati would sit with a veena or something like that, right? So that was created. Say the sculpting on the walls of the temples that we see today. Those are also somebody's visualization that they'll do a Ramayana on the wall of the temple. Even talking about different plays that we see way back in the times of Elizabethan era when there was Shakespeare, right? uh, the picturization, the thoughts, what the character would be wearing, these all were thought about, visualized. Then only those were written. Sometimes it was obviously inspired by a person in your life or day-to-day life or a market scene or the nature. Say, for me, I am a very much avid traveler. So things that I see, sometimes the camera is not enough to capture those memories, right? But then you get these things in your head. The imprints, they leave the memories. And then I am sitting back and maybe thinking about those particular moments. And then I'm writing on those trees or the lanes or the smell of the mountain food. So I am imagining them, I am visualizing back then. Again, there are things which do not exist in today's world, but then somebody has a notion, has visualized. Say, for example, the railways, the airplanes, the telephone. Somebody has thought or has visualized that it would look like this. People will travel like this. Then only these things have come into existence. They were not there like right from the beginning. The bridges. So everything that we are doing, you would see a major part of it is non-verbal communication. And then there comes your visualization. Similarly, in poetries, what happens? Maybe a world that you want to create for yourself, a desire that you want to go somewhere. You visualize these places, like I do at times, actually. And then uh, I try to give words to my thoughts, to the visions. So it is not just for me, I would say. A lot of the poets and the writers, the novelists, uh, we all do this. Visualizing is a very strong weapon we have with us to create something. Maybe it is already existing, but not available to a lot of people, or maybe it is non existent. We want those things to happen. Say, if we're talking about a certain poetry, fantasy poem, or a novel, fantasy novel, fictional, right? So those things haven't happened. Somebody has thought about it. And in the process of thinking, visualization have been a major part. Say, for example, how the character would talk, how the character will look or respond to a certain incident, which will lead the story to where it would end, or say how the hero would look, or how I want my heroine or the protagonist of the play or the poetry should be. Uh, to a lot of people, through writing and art, they try to live the life or show the life they are not able to live. For some, it is their own experiences. For some, it is a life they want to live. Again, that is, I would say, visualization, imaginations, desires. When we give face to it, which is virtual, that is what is visualization, right? So, in writing, it has always been and still is a very important tool for expression. Say if I am going back to our cultural trends or uh, paintings of gods and goddesses, when there was none. Initially, there has been controversies, lots of controversies to it, right? Uh, but then now, where we live, the environment, the generation we are in, we worship those. Again, we try to give them a new face. Somebody is visualizing Saraswati Ma holding a guitar and not a veena. We could see those things also in theme pujas, which are very much in trend. Sadly, due to pandemic, a lot of things have gone haywire. But then again, uh, we can relate. Since I said about pandemic, we can relate to that also. Say for example, who had thought that during pandemic somebody who never goes to the kitchen will actually stir up a dalgona coffee? Nobody has even thought about it, right? So little things are, I would say, uh, visualizations which have not been done, which we want to do. I can see myself being that. So, what is that? I am imagining. The imagination with the impact of that is been doing, that has been done, that is happening. Or, say, for example, when we talk about laws of attraction, or this power of manifestation, there also this visualization works. Say in the practice of Nishan Buddhism also, transcendental meditation. So I can just go on giving a long list of examples where visualization is a very important part of her life. Uh, Maybe a simple nodding your head will give that idea. She nodded her head uh, for a certain situation, so it means that. So when it is said that I'm visualizing, I'm already creating that reality. Creating that reality to make that happen now is, I say, very important. Say for my art specifically, when I am doing a painting or I have an exhibition where I have to submit, say, few paintings or artworks, I would say, because the kind of painting or artwork I do, you actually cannot just categorize them into paintings. Sometimes those are on 3D surfaces where you can hang them on the wall, or you can also put those things on a tabletop as a showpiece. So not paintings entirely, but yes, painting is a part of it, obviously. So now to create that, it takes me about a week or two's time to even imagine, to have this canvas in mind, and putting the colors in it, visualizing how it would look, how that color, say a blue, would go with a pink or white, or a second layer of yellow, Will it give a proper ombre that I'm looking forward to? So these altercations and how they would look, all these things I particularly myself do in my visions, visualize it completely. And then when I have a perfect picture in mind that this is what I want should be done, or this is how I want it to look, then I start working on it. So you see, you can just sit and start scribbling. Take a brush and color and go with your energy. That will also create an artwork. But for the kind of work I do, I personally think visualization plays a very important part in it. Uh, Besides painting or artworks, talking about poetries, right? So if you go through a poetry of mine, or say any poetry you read, you would have an vision, or those words, those lines would appeal to you, and you would create your own imagery, your own story out of it. It might not be same as the poetess or the author. It can be completely something different. Somebody with a say a kid starts painting at an early age and might paint the sky pink. But do we get to see a pink sky where we live? No. But there are places where the sky goes pink. So uh, there are no laws, there are no specific rules and boundaries of how you would visualize something. But visualizing it in itself is, I think, very important to give your cognitive skills a growth, or a space where they will grow, and you would have that freedom to create something new. Now, being an artist, it has been always my practice to strive and work on something that has not been done before, to uh, give something new, be it in writing, sorry, be it in writing or in artworks, right? Even we have heard about Sarojini Naidu, right? The great activist, the poetess. She has been titled with Nightingale of India, right? It has been given by Rabindranath Tagore. So, what? Why was she said like that? Uh, it is said that her writing is so lyrical and it has such vivid descriptions that when you read them, you can actually sing them. Such lyrical things. You can sing them. You can literally flow with the words like that. That is why she had been given this title of Nightingale of India. So you see, when you are writing, you see this, you visualize this as a song, as a part of life. How the tribal lives, since a lot of her work has been with the folk life, folk cultures, literatures. She has worked with the tribes also. So therein I would say, listening to their music, their talk, smell of their food, everything is part of the vision that I'm creating before a write up. Similarly, as I started back, when uh, I'm writing something, it might have happened. It is actually not possible every time to carry the diary, the pen, and the paper, right? So at times it happens that I had been to this particular place, and the a particular tree, or maybe a butterfly, or maybe somebody was playing strumming to some drums or something, has given me this particular emotion that I would have loved to write. So then what happens, I'm not writing then, but I'm carrying these visions, these images with me. So when back home or maybe back in hotel, I am there trying to jot down that feeling, that image that I have seen. So what am I doing? It is just I'm visualizing it back, having that thoughts, repeating it to myself, seeing them, how they were, how the color was, how the fruits were hanging, how the girls were laughing. All these visions, little visions, then I accumulate them, articulate them, and then I'm writing it. Similarly, as I was saying before, there might be a desire that you have not done before, but you want to do. So in that case, you don't have a image for that, but you have a idea, a thought. Say for example, I want to go to this particular mountain lodge and I want to swing there, or I want to sit by the fire. So these are the wishes that I want to do, right? So this becomes the visions. I am visualizing these things. I have not been there, but I have seen the place. So I'm visualizing myself there, sitting and singing or sipping a hot cup of coffee by the fireplace. And then how it would feel. So taking that feeling, connecting with the vision, I'm writing my lines, my poetries. So visualization is working in both ways. Something that the subconscious mind has already captured. It's already there in my mind, and similarly with something that is not there, but I want it to happen, right? So it works both ways. So both the thing can happen. Visualizations have such powers. Now, if I am to talk about the art part, uh, so art, why I chose poetry and art and not painting, right? Because you see, art, it is said that we have 64 kalai, 64 forms of art that we have according to the Vedas. Okay, so back then, be it the girls or be it the boys, both were sent to the respective gurukuls to learn this 64 kalais, so that they can have a better understanding of life, and there is no singularity of this work belongs to the guys and this work belongs to the girls. There has not been something like that. So going back to that, visualization is a very important part of the art forms, I would say. Kalai, the arts, the art forms, be it dancing. Now, if I'm talking about dancing, uh, be it any classical form of dance, we always start with a pranam. We do a bhumi pranam, we do a pranam to our Guruji. Now, the thing is that they might not be there. We do a pranam to the Mother Earth also, and to the God that we are performing the dance for. Okay, so here you see we are visualizing so many people, so many instances in fraction of moments before we would start that dance. This is something we have seen or stored in our mind, right? Uh, Similarly, say I have to choreograph something new. Now, that has not been done before. But we have this knowledge already present in our cognitive skills, in our subconscious mind. So, according to the music or the bowl or the tal that we listen to, we are creating something new. We are visualizing that with this music, this pose would go. With this pause, this turn would happen. So, you see, this is how it works, visualization in art. So, this is dance. What about songs? Singing. Uh, the thoughts about someone make us sing certain songs, right? Or say writing songs. Uh, Maybe you were thinking about someone or seeing the nature. Like for me, nature and human relationships, because it is very interesting. Human beings are very interesting animals. I personally think, because you get all the thing about it. There's drama, there's emotion, there's action, there's so much of strong positivity, and on the same plane there is so much of negativities, jealousy. So everything coming from love and the interactions that we are having being human beings. So I work on this, so I am visualizing this. I might not have been into that position. Maybe there's a crush. You're thinking about your crush and you're writing a song. It is also visualization. So that is how it works. And this is, say, the song, singing part, the dance. In any, say, an embroidery or sculpting. So you visualize a image. You think of creating something new that has not been done before. So the imaging and processing it, giving it life and putting it into your reality, giving it a shape, is the process of visualization into uh, art and poetry, I think. So it's a huge expansion of thing, I would say, but a very essential tool on the same plane. Uh, Now, I would actually share a very little story with you all, so you could relate to the power of visualization or the power of manifestation. So, there was a frog. This frog was deaf. So, we know that you get to see frog nearby pond or water bodies. So, there was a little hill by this little water body, and the frog saw that hill and told the other frog friends, the frog girlfriend, the frog father, the frog mother, that I want to climb that hill. I'll go atop. So what happened? Everybody told him, no, no, you cannot do that. That is not possible, and all these things. But what he did, he started his journey, and he went up all the way. So in this process, we get to see two very vital things. First thing is that the frog was deaf. The frog knew that, but not the entire frog fraternity or his extended frog family and girlfriend. So he never let this negativities sip into himself that he cannot do that. Rather, he had a vision. He has, coming to the second vital part, that is, he had a vision. He visualized himself atop that hill, and he saw himself being there, and he made that process happen. So, be it your art, be it poetry, be it any work that you're doing, any form of it, visualizing yourself that you have done it or you want to do it is very important. And equally, not letting the negative criticism sip you down, take you down, is also very important, because only visualizing is not complete if you are not putting that into action. So then only you will get the poetry, you will get the painting, you will get the song, you will get the dance, you will get the sculpture, a new temple, a new design of a fabric. So visualization in art and poetry is incomplete without giving your efforts and putting it down onto the paper to make it happen, to make it reality. A visualization will stay just a vision if we don't work, we don't create. So for us, for artists like us, for poetesses, for authors, we have to create, keep creating new contents, new works, so that we could share the power of visualization with everybody. And put this positive note in whoever comes in touch with us in our journey of life, so that they also have visions, they also visualize themselves, uh, be it painters, be it artists, be a successful person in whichever field they are. So visualize, put your efforts, and win. Thank you so much, Artlet and Akila and Hoimonti, for giving this opportunity uh, to talk to talk my heart out about what I think of it. Hope to meet you guys next time with something new. Thank you so much.